Hello everyone, you're welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for the support. I really do appreciate you all. Today we are preparing Tubani. Yes, Tubani. The ingredients we'll be using are shea butter, water, beans flour. This is the non-dehusked one, meaning the skin of the bean was on it or the shells was on it while it was milled. We need potassium or corn or baking soda. Where I live, it is called natron. We also need skewers. We will also need pounded dry pepper and salt. That is how it looks, but trust me, there's salt in it. We need kola nut leaves or wache leaf or moi moi leaves. And last but not least, we need onions. The reason why I will use skewers in preparing Tubani will be explained. So I'm using the skewers to divide or to prevent the Tubani from falling directly into the water or the pot when I am cooking. So here I've just split my skewers into the shapes and sizes I wanted, and I'm just putting them into the pot. I'm using a deep frying pan here because I was doing quite small number. You can use any pot of choice. Then I just put the skewers in like so while arranging and making sure that when I put the Tubani on top, it doesn't fall into the water and becomes saggy. So I arrange like so. Then I press to see if it is firm. It was firm. Then I pour water into the pot and cover, bring that to boil on low to medium heat. While that is boiling, I go ahead to mix my beans flour with the aid of a mixing machine. I could use my hand here, or you could use any machine you want, but I was on a stress-free mood today, so I opted for that one. I add my water to the powder bits by bits so that I don't get runny pudding before I could wrap my Tubani. It's easier to add water bit by bit to get the consistency you want or I want. Then I later on dilute down to make it runny and add more flour, which in turns meaning you will cook more food which may not be eaten or may not be consumed completely. So here I'm just mixing it. This is the consistency I went for to mix. So you keep mixing, or if you're using your hand, keep beating it to incorporate air into the mixture to enable it become fluffy. So you continue mixing like that. Now, this same process is being used for the preparation of kose, that is akara, and whatever you may call it in your language. So here I'm just cleaning my mixing bowl to make everything look a bit nicer. Then I'll continue the beating process. While I'm doing this, I'm having an eye on my water so that it doesn't start to boil while I'm not yet ready. So you may like to do same in order to save energy. So you mix. I can't remember how long this took me because I lost count of the clock. So this is the stage that I have to test to see the fluffiness. So I just have a spoon here dipped in water and I'm picking a small amount. Then I drop in the water. You see that? It dropped and flows up, not at the bottom of the bowl. So that means the mixture or the pudding is fluffy now. Here I'm adding my potassium or bicarbonate of soda, 1 tablespoon for the start, and then I add salt. Alternatively, you can dissolve your salt in water before you add it to the pudding. After that, you mix again to combine well. Still at a thicker consistency. That is what I normally like. Then I clean again. making sure that I don't throw food away. So after that, I rinsed the mixer and added to the pudding. Then I tested the thickness, but still it was thick, so I just added in small amount of water. Then I will do the testing again. You see that consistency. If you want, you go for it. I added small water to make it a bit lighter because I didn't want the Tubani to be too thick in order to not get bloated stomach or heavy stomach for hours after eating. So I'm now going to wrap, and please, everything I'm using here was cleaned or has been cleaned before. The leaves were cleaned with vinegar and salt solution before I kept them in the deep freezer. So when I brought it out, I just needed to tool it and start using. So you wrap like that, you scoop or fetch the amount of pudding or mixture you want, depending on the size, into the kola nut or moi moi leaf or wachi leaf. Then you wrap like you wrap moi moi or anything you will just wrap. You see, that is basically the simplest process I can do. I thought my camera was showing the detail wrapping aspect, but unfortunately I didn't position the camera well, so pardon me, it's not a detailed wrapping process here. So you wrap like that, and you would want to make sure that all the Tubani should contain the same or almost the same size to be able to cook through using the same time. So I'm trying to just say that if you make others bigger and others smaller, the smaller ones will cook faster than the bigger ones. So it means you have to always be checking to make sure that it's cooked through to the end. So here, once again, I wrapped like that. At this point, I'm almost done wrapping, but I want to seize this opportunity once again to say thank you so much, you all out there, for subscribing, liking, watching, commenting, and sharing. I do really appreciate you all, and God bless you. So I'm done wrapping. It's time to place the Tubani into the pot. And please, your water should be boiling or should be producing vapor before you put your wrapped Tubani inside. The reason is vapor will make the pudding not to pour out of the leaf, or will make it I don't know how to cook faster. That is the word. Please, if you know what I'm trying to say, just please state it in the comment section for me. So you put in your Tubani like that, and then you try to arrange it nicely. You don't mind putting some on top of the other because vapor will still go through to cook all of them. So after placing all in the pot, you cover. I wanted to put a kola nut leaf on top before, but I forgot, so I did it off camera. That is why you see here a kola nut leaf being on top. After 10 minutes, I checked my Tubani and it was not yet done. So I proceeded to do my dip. I melted the shea butter I showed you in the beginning of the video. Please, it's not burning. This shea butter is not burning. The heat was much, so I had to reduce it, but it's still good. It didn't burn at all. I poured in my onions when the oil was hot enough for me to fry it if you want, but I went for caramelization because it's best with Tubani. So you caramelize it to the stage or taste you want. This is what I went for. Then I went back to check my Tubani again, and this time it was ready, more than ready. So I tested my Tubani and it was so good. By pressing it and it not going too deep, I can't explain it. It's this feeling that you press and the Tubani bounces back, literally. Then, to be sure, open one and test like that, and it was ready. So I served it first with the caramelized onions, and then the powdered pepper and salt with the shea butter, and it was so yummy. Second one was with the stew. Thank you so much for watching.